OCIP stands for Overseas Community Involvement Project. This trip allows students to prepare programs to benefit the communities over there, as well as using their technical knowledge and skills to help the people.
So the overall trip is quite rewarding. It's also a unique experience and it's fun.
And then we actually made new friends like those random volunteers, and we also experienced the new culture that are eating their cultural food and shopping around.
We also appreciate what we have, like our smartphones, our laptops, things that we use daily as our daily necessity, may be a luxury item to them over there. So for us, we don't take this for granted after the trip. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Raiden, and this along with me is Lindsay. We are members from the OCIP team, which went to Vietnam during the 3 months July vacation on the trip to Vietnam to build a kindergarten for the people there. OCIP was actually started 2 years ago as a pioneer trip to promote service learning and to have hands-on experience on how life in a less developed country will be like as compared to Singapore. So this will actually give them a chance to explore and experience the rich cultural differences between us as well as the country which we are going to visit. The trip to Vietnam was an eye-opener because during the first trip we went to this place called Gia in Vietnam, which was in a very far back corner of Vietnam, which is not as developed as the center of Vietnam. So in this area, we see that a lot of houses are made out of like zinc plates as well as wooden planks. And during one of the house visiting sessions in which we visit the locals there, we get to see and know how their living conditions are like. They are literally sleeping on floor with late lifting layers of mattresses. Before the official trip, we are required to do a recce trip to the place to consider which project are we supposed to update. So there was actually 2 options. One is to build a toilet, and the other one was to build a kindergarten for the school, for the people there. One thing that was shocking in the sanitary conditions, because they have a mid-do toilet which is covered up with a piece of cloth and is located near the riverside. Then when we visited the toilet, as we went to explore the toilet, it was actually open concept. So it was like they do their business, entered directly into the banks of the river. So this was actually what we do not get to see often in Singapore, or we do not have the chance to see. Through the discussion with the chief, we understand that there's a greater need for us to help them to build a kindergarten, because the village is very big and they are separated by river bodies along the Mekong Delta River. However, throughout the entire village, they only have one main school which only caters to secondary level, and then this will deprive a lot of other kids the chance and opportunity to learn and to go to school, because it is very inaccessible for them to go from one end to the other end through the boat. They need to take a boat trip down from their one area to the school, and most of them will not bother to go so far just to attend school, as they need to help out with their parents on their farming activities. So in accordance to the interest in promoting education and helping the kids there to have the opportunity to learn, we decided to take up the kindergarten project despite the higher cost and the additional manpower required.
Alright, for me, one of the most memorable events was the kids' eagerness to learn. They ran to school every day to attend our lessons despite their school holidays. Through this trip, I have learned to become more appreciative of what we have in Singapore, because in Singapore we have easy access to clean water, electricity and proper education, whereas the kids in Vietnam doesn't have easy access to all this. So I'm very amazed by their energy level when we taught them basic English and play with them.